There's a moment in your life when everything shifts and you realize that there's no turning back, no matter how hard you try to resist. The feelings swell inside you, and you can only surrender to the journey ahead. The power of your thoughts will dictate the path you take, but when you finally confront the truth inside you, it's impossible to ignore. It pulls you to your knees, and you cannot deny it. Sometimes, the hardest thing is to let go of what you thought you wanted. But when you finally do, the clarity that follows is overwhelming. Your heart knows the truth, and there's no escaping it now. The moment you acknowledge the truth of your heart, your soul aligns with the universe. The weight of the realization may bring you to your knees, but it's also the moment you begin to rise. When everything falls into place, the universe whispers that there's no way out. The feelings are so intense, they pull you closer to what you've been avoiding all along. You'll never be the same again. There are moments when life brings you to your knees, but it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of transformation. The hardest moments are often the gateways to the most beautiful changes. You can't outrun your feelings. They'll chase you until you finally surrender to their power. The moment you do, you'll realize that your life has changed in ways you never imagined. At some point, you'll feel the pull so strongly that you can't deny it anymore. Your heart will speak louder than your mind, and you'll find yourself standing on the edge of a new beginning. There comes a time when the truth is undeniable, and the emotions overwhelm you. The clarity hits like a wave, knocking you down, but it's in that moment that you rise stronger than ever. You may try to run from it, but your soul knows the path it must take. When you finally stop fighting, the peace that follows is worth every step. The most powerful transformations occur when you stop resisting, when you embrace the emotions that flood your heart. You unlock the strength to move forward. When everything inside you aligns with your deepest desires, there's no turning back. You will feel the weight of your own emotions, and it will be the catalyst for the change you've been longing for. Your heart knows the way, even when your mind tries to convince you otherwise. Trust the journey, for it will lead you to the place you were always meant to be. There are moments when the universe brings you to your knees, not to break you, but to rebuild you. Those moments are the foundations of your transformation. Emotions are the bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. They may shake you, they may bring you down, but they will ultimately lift you to where you are meant to be. The most profound moments in life aren't the ones of victory, but those when you fall, when you rise again, stronger and more aware of your true purpose. Surrendering isn't about weakness, It's about acceptance. When you accept your emotions, you open the door to the life that's waiting for you. The truth inside you has a way of pulling you into the unknown, and when you finally embrace it, you will be transformed in ways you never thought possible. There's a point in every journey when you have no choice but to give in to the pull of your heart. It's in that moment that you are forever changed. Sometimes you must experience the hardest of emotions to truly see the beauty in what's coming next. The hardest parts of the journey are often the most rewarding. The truth has a way of making itself known. When it arrives, it may overwhelm you, but it's a necessary step toward becoming who you were always meant to be. When you allow yourself to feel everything fully, you unlock the strength to face what's next. There's no turning back from the awakening that follows. Embrace the moments that bring you to your knees. They are the moments that shape you, guide you, and prepare you for the future that awaits. There is a power in surrender and letting go of control. When you let your feelings lead the way, you find yourself on a path you never thought possible. The journey to self-discovery isn't always easy, but it's always worth it. There will be moments of doubt, but when you reach the truth, you will feel a sense of peace like no other. Every great transformation begins with a single moment of clarity, a realization that there's no going back. And in that moment, everything changes. When you finally surrender to what you truly feel, the world opens up in ways you never expected. You'll find yourself exactly where you need to be. True strength lies not in never falling, but in rising every time you do. The moments that bring you down are often the ones that elevate you to your true potential. There's a profound moment of clarity when you realize you can no longer avoid what's been calling to you. That's the moment when your real journey begins. Every experience, every emotion leads you closer to who you're meant to be. There's no escaping the process, but that's the beauty of it. You're evolving. Life has a way of bringing you to your knees, but those moments are the ones that teach you how to stand taller than ever before. The path of transformation is never linear. It's filled with moments of doubt, pain, and struggle, but they are the very things that lead you to your true self. When your heart finally speaks louder than your fears, you'll find yourself in a place of peace. The journey may be difficult, but it's always worth it. Emotions aren't meant to be controlled. They are meant to be felt. Only when you allow yourself to fully experience them do you realize the strength that lies within you. There's a certain kind of magic that happens when you stop fighting what's inside of you. The transformation that follows is like nothing you've ever experienced. You will face moments that test your courage, but remember, it's in the moments of surrender that your true strength is born. The moment you face your fears head on is the moment you begin to reclaim your power. It's a journey of self-discovery, and there's no going back now. The truth has a way of finding you, no matter how much you try to hide. But when it does, it brings clarity, peace, and the strength to move forward. Every part of you, even the parts you want to ignore, holds the key to your transformation. Embrace it all, and you'll discover a strength you never knew existed. Sometimes, the hardest part of any journey is the realization that there's no way back. But once you embrace that truth, you find yourself exactly where you need to be. Change doesn't come from comfort. It comes from embracing the discomfort, the challenges, and the moments that bring you to your knees. That's where true growth lies. In the moments when you feel the most lost, remember that you are actually being guided. Every step, no matter how painful, is leading you toward the person you are meant to become. You are not defined by the moments that bring you to your knees. You are defined by how you rise from them. Embrace every part of the journey. The most transformative experiences in life often come when we least expect them. When you least want to face something, it's often the thing that will set you free. In the silence of surrender, you find your true power. Let go of the need to control, and you'll discover the strength to navigate any challenge. The journey toward self-discovery is filled with twists and turns, but every detour is necessary. You'll understand why in time, and you'll be grateful for the lessons along the way. Your heart knows the way, even when your mind tries to convince you otherwise. Trust the process, trust the feelings, and watch everything fall into place. Sometimes, the most difficult moments in life lead to the most beautiful outcomes. The tears, the heartache, the pain, they're all part of the process of becoming who you're meant to be. There's a quiet power in surrendering to your feelings, in letting them guide you. It's not weakness, it's the path to true strength. Every great transformation begins with a moment of clarity, a realization that the old way is no longer working. From there, you can only move forward. You cannot outrun your destiny. No matter how hard you try, it will find you when the time is right. And when it does, it will change everything. In the moments of greatest struggle, you are often on the verge of the greatest breakthroughs. The transformation you seek is already within you. When the truth finally hits, it may knock you down, but it will also lift you up in ways you never thought possible. Embrace the journey. It's exactly what you need. Your soul has been calling you toward something greater, and the moment you accept it, everything will start to align. There's no turning back now. There's a strength that emerges when you stop fighting what is. The hardest part is surrendering, but once you do, you open the door to everything you've been searching for. It's not the moments of ease that define us, but the moments of challenge. The moments that bring us to our knees are the ones that shape us into who we're meant to become. Every challenge, every emotion is a part of the greater plan. It's leading you to the place where you are supposed to be, and there's no turning back once you realize that. The path ahead may seem uncertain, but the truth will always find you. When you finally embrace it, you'll understand why every step was necessary. There are moments in life that completely change you, and they often come when you least expect them. But when they do, you realize there's no turning back.